it's been going on for years. I don't have the numbers for the revolution, but the Civil War, through Afghanistan, we've lost thousands. The Civil War, 620,000 both from the north and the south. World War I, 116,000. World War II, 405,000. Korea, Vietnam, and the conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan have each claimed thousands, and I'm going to go into some specifics about Vietnam because that's the one that I was there. Behind every number, behind every statistic, lies a story of courage and sacrifice and heroism. Not only in the battlefield, but at home. That's the part that most families, we have to try to remember, that the impact is not only for those that go off to a conflict, but the families that are left behind. Because sometimes those impacts can be just as great, if not greater. They're both physical scars and mental scars. And some of those never heal, and we're in and around and see those things. And we have those words, those buzzwords, PTSD, right? And then there's that little nuance called combat PTSD. But you know, each one of us in this room that's never been in combat, you too could possibly suffer from some kind of PTSD issue. So it's a much broader issue to be thinking about. And this month, May, is Mental Health Awareness Month. Be cognizant of that. Read up on it. Punch that into your Google and read an article or two. Help us to support those that need the support, whether it's men, women, combat people, or just family members. We pay tribute to the fallen today. Let us renew our commitment to honoring their memory by upholding the values for which they fought and died. Let us strive to build a world worthy of their sacrifice, and a world where freedom, justice, and peace reigns. I want to read a couple of things about Vietnam, and specifically about the Vietnam conflict, and then a little bit about the Vietnam, the wall. During the Vietnam conflict, which most people don't realize it, but we had combat soldiers in Vietnam in the 1950s. And it went through May 1st, 1975, where we remember that picture of that Huey helicopter over the embassy of people trying to climb up that ladder. And we're all going, oh my God, this is really happening. 2,709,000 served in-country, boots on the ground. And that includes some of the offshore Navy personnel, or what they call the Blue Water Navy. The wall. The first known casualty was a gentleman by the name of Richard Fitzgibbon, who was from Massachusetts. He was killed in June of 1956. On the wall, on the same panel, right underneath his name, his son is listed, Lance Corporal Richard Fitzgibbon III, killed on September 7th, 1965, United States Marine. 3 sets of fathers and sons are on the wall. Of the 58,479 names on the wall, 33,103 were 18 years old. 12 were 17 years old. 5 were 16 years old. 1 was 15 years old. Everybody asks, well, how did they get in? Well, I can't get the statistics from DOD, but guess what? Kids back that age, they know how to sign their parents' signature, right? Guess what? They signed their parents' signature. And if they got caught, they were sent home. The statistic I can't get is how many of those that were booted out eventually did go back and re-enlist and go in. Because there's a big number of those. We just don't know what it is. The oldest killed in Vietnam was a 62-year-old. 31 sets of brothers, 31 sets of parents lost 2 sons. 244 soldiers were awarded the Medal of Honor in Vietnam. 153 of those names are on the wall. Most casualties in a single day, January 31st, 1968, 245. Most casualties in a single month was May of 68. That's all that tent offensive stuff. In the month of May, we lost 2,415. I served in Da Nang, which was the northern part of South Vietnam. I was a Navy supply officer, and I was in logistics. So I was part of the group of men that we unloaded the cargo ships, the merchant marine ships that were coming from Long Beach and Oakland primarily, and unloaded, and they had all the foodstuffs, but they had the beer, they had the soda. The ammo ships were Navy ammo ships, and we did have some Navy reefer ships or refrigeration ships that brought us, some cold storage stuff, some frozen stuff. And all that stuff had to come through my trucks and drivers that we got it all out to the different commands, the different branches around the greater Da Nang area. I was in Da Nang for 366 days. How many hours and minutes? I can tell you, but I won't now. During that whole time, I never pulled a trigger. Now, did I get shot at? Every night they were shooting mortars and rockets at us. I was very blessed that I was not ever injured. There was one incident that occurred in one of our supply depot areas that we had an ammo dump that was located right next door to one of our supply things. A 122 rocket hit us, a cell of ammo, and that caused an explosion that pretty much wiped out our cold storage facility. All kinds of stories in Vietnam, all kinds of stories in every conflict. Any of the guys, gals that served on active duty, I'm here. I'm going to stick around for a while. If any of you need my phone number to call me and just chit chat, I do a lot of business coaching and counseling. I'm a member of the Greater Houston Veterans Chamber of Commerce, and I do work in what's called the holistic health arena. So I'm very in tune to holistic or alternatives to Western medicine. Be cognizant of that. Advocate for yourselves, especially in today's healthcare environment. Let's bow our heads for just a second. Dear Lord, please, let's remember all those that lost their lives in all previous wars to defend our great, great country. We must continue to pray, to fight, to make people aware that there is a price that is paid so we can live in this great country and nation. Praise Jesus. Amen. Thank you.